Hello bakers, and welcome back to episode 6 of Behind the Bake Off. If you missed last week's challenge where we took on the British classic Bakewell tart, the link for that is down below. But this week, the contestants were asked to bake a loaf of the French herby bread, Fougasse. Similar to Italy's focaccia, Fougasse is a French bread, infused with herbs and traditionally presented in a leaf-shaped loaf. For the dough, you'll want to place 500 grams of strong white bread flour into a bowl. Add in 2 teaspoons of salt and 1 7-gram pack of fast-action dried yeast and mix together. Add in 300 millilitres of water and 50 millilitres of olive oil. Now Fougasse tends to be quite a soft and sticky dough, which is why I've opted to use my KitchenAid stand mixer with a dough hook. Of course you can do this one by hand, but it'll take you slightly longer to knead and your hands might get a little bit messy. Once the dough has combined, knead for 5 minutes. At this point you'll want to add in the herbs to your dough. Now Fougasse typically uses basil, sage and thyme, but if you don't want to buy them all separately, you can also get herbs de Provence. Now this is a pre-blended mix of Mediterranean herbs which works really well in this bread. You can also add other flavours to your Fougasse, such as chorizo, sun-dried tomatoes, olives, or anything else that takes your fancy. I've added 2 tablespoons of herbs and continue to knead for a further 5 minutes. Place your dough into an oiled bowl, cover with cling film and allow to rise for at least an hour until doubled in size. Once risen, transfer onto a lightly floured surface and divide into 2, as this will be enough for 2 loaves. Using your fingers or a rolling pin, flatten the dough and shape into an oval. Use a pizza cutter to make a slit down the middle and then 3 smaller slits either side. Place your dough onto a baking tray and then allow to double in size again. Brush the top with some milk just before baking. While the oven is heating to 200 degrees Celsius, place a baking tin into the bottom. Place your Fougasse into the oven and then pour a cup of boiling water into the empty tin. The steam will prevent a crust from forming too quickly and give you a nice light rise. Bake for 30 minutes until golden brown. And you're done! Brush with a little olive oil and a sprinkle of sea salt and your Fougasse is ready to tear and share. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Behind the Bake Off. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe and I'll see you next week.